Hello everyone, I'm very excited. Thank you for joining my coffee talk about Azure PlayFab presented by Dom Daniel and Microsoft Azure for Technology Partners Program. I'm Soren, a software developer at Dom Daniel. First, I would like to introduce you to Azure for Technology Partners Program, which enables technology partners to receive free business consultation and technical assistance in migrating to Azure Cloud, provides validation funding, and helps to market SaaS and PaaS offerings through Microsoft Commercial Marketplace. Secondly, to get further information on the program updates and notification about upcoming events, please subscribe to Dom Daniel pages at Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Vimeo channel. You can easily join the program by visiting atp.dom-daniel.com. If you have any questions during my presentation, do not hesitate to leave them in the comment and chat section in any channels. My colleagues will try to answer as soon as possible, otherwise I will refer them at the end of my coffee talk. So, let's go through most of the top services and functions inside of Azure PlayFab. For those who don't know PlayFab, it is more or less everything you need for build and operate live games, even world-class games. So inside of PlayFab, we have all the services from the data and analytics to connect management, the LiveOps tools, and multiplayer services. One of the main things that make it great when you work with PlayFab, it is you can work as a team. Also, you can give multiple roles to the people that are working with each of those roles can be custom for each person that needs to access to your studio or your title. According to the data available at the end of the last year, Azure PlayFab hosts more than 2.5 billion euro accounts in over 5,000 games. The service has 75 million daily active users, the total number being more than 2.5 billion users, and it serves more than 2,500 active studios. Some of those are world-class game producers. As you can see, PlayFab just keeps growing and growing, and that is thanks to all the big studios and publishers that are used PlayFab. Here is the list of some world-class games that you maybe are familiar are hosted on Azure PlayFab. Those names must be familiar to you, like Minecraft, Doom, Halo, Gears 5, Flight Simulator, and so on. And please do not take it as a stereotype that PlayFab is a part of Azure. We can only host the games on a PlayFab that are for Microsoft Xbox or Windows or for Windows. No, no, and no. You can leverage and any platform, any engine, and sell them in any stores that you like. And here is the list of whiteboard platforms, engines, and stores. Let's talk deep about Azure PlayFab. The Azure PlayFab platform, as described in official documentation, is a natural complement to Azure for gaming. As you know, Azure provides world-class server infrastructure in the face of platform infrastructure software function as a service, which allows creators to focus on building great games with the best available global reach. This creates better experience and brings the innovation to a high level for the gamers. Using Azure PlayFab, you can firstly remove the challenge of building, managing, running services and servers at scale with complete backend solutions. You can instantly scale dedicated multiplayer servers that deliver low latency and high reliability to real-time games. And second, you can use multiple forms of built-in authentication to track players across devices. And another feature, quickly create leaderboards to engage players more deeply. Accelerate growth with economy services that you create and track virtual currencies, manage stores and items, and process payments. So, PlayFab backend services offer cost-effective development solutions for both large and small game developers by reducing the barriers to launch and by helping them engage, retain, and monetize players. PlayFab enables developers to build and operate games, analyze gaming data, and improve overall gaming experience with the use of the Intelligence Cloud. PlayFab is a complete backend platform for live games with manage multiplayer gamers, and LiveOps and real-time data and analytics. It helps you boost your revenue and increase players' engagement when cutting your game cost. The first feature of Azure PlayFab is multiplayer services, which include the following: party networking and chat, or we called this feature only party. Second is cross-networking identity and data. Next one, multiplayer servers. Next, matchmaking and groups, and leaderboard and statistics. Let's discuss party networking and chat, and let me begin by saying this. Your game is stronger when your players are together, your clients are interoperable, and your code base is unified. And what do I mean by saying that? I mean that essentially if your game can be a platform that brings people together, it can be as an online social network for people who can befriend each other online and communicate through your game. The game can be a The game can be different languages to allow players to communicate across the globe. This will make your game stronger with stickier player base. So this is where a party comes. And a party connects player devices with encrypted and low latency network. And through this network, you can exchange game data as well as voice and text chat and text-to-speech translation data. Today, party powers more than 100 gamers, such as Halo. Maybe you have played this game. Let's talk about party's network capabilities, which are low latency cloud relay backend Azure that automatically scales according to the needs. Players are not directly talking to each other peer-to-peer. They chat through Azure Cloud really. So this solves a lot of security problems. For example, the DOS attacks, all these approaches for protection your games. In addition, as encryption standard, TLS 1.2 is used. Furthermore, party orders a lot of flexibility. It allows you to have different designs in your communication scenarios. For example, you can have everyone talk to everyone in one multiplayer game, or you can have similar groups talking only within a group but not with each other, or you have other custom complicated scenarios for your chatting in-game. Party networking and chat have plugins with Unreal and Unity game engines. Last but not least, we are powered by Azure Cognitive Services. That means Party supports speech to text, text to speech in more than 70 different languages, so you can easily navigate compliance requirements. On the multiplayer services feature, our cross-networking identity and data, which mainly enables us to use two functionals: player authentication and player data management. Using the first one, player authentication, you or your developer will not spend much time and not make mistakes in the most risky part of the process and create authentication part of your live game. This authentication will be across Windows, Xbox, Streams, PSN, Nintendo, Facebook, iOS, Android, and more. The second one is player data management. This helps you manage and synchronize the gamer's information and game state across devices. Multiplayer servers include dedicated servers which help you to deliver low latency real-time gameplay for any platform. Using multiplayer servers, you can be sure that you have two of the most important things for a successful game, which are 24/7 monitoring and protection from DDoS attacks. PlayFab multiplayer servers hosting service allows you to operate dynamically scaling pool of custom game service in Azure. All PlayFab customers can access the service and use the limit and free quota of multiplayer services for protect evaluation and testing. There are three concepts of PlayFab multiplayer servers. First one is executable, next build, and final game server. Executable is an application that you are running in Azure. Second, build is the game server executable package with assets and certifications needed to run the game. And final, game server is a container running for a game server executable. These are the typical steps for using the service. Auto game server, and first step. Scaling your server requires integration with the PlayFab game server SDK or GSDK and testing the server executable in container. You can download PlayFab developer tool called Local Multiplayer Agent and the Windows Container Image PlayFab used for local development. Second step is upload game service, executable and assets. Upload the server and manage build through the game manager or PlayFab APIs and SDKs. Third step is scale game server build. Once you uploaded server assets, you can create builds, PlayFab dynamically create and recycle virtual machines to fulfill player demand and maintain standing by levels you specify. Fourth step is measure player latency. When player initiate a multiplayer experience, send UDP messages to PlayFab quality of service because to measure network latency to Azure. And fifth step, request multiplayer server. When players need to multiplayer server, request one to be located from a build standing by pool. This request can come from lobby or matchmaking service you operate, or directly from client called PlayFab. And final step is connect and play. Play with fulfill server request with first second if standing by service are available. Once our server has been put into the active state, client connect to the server and play. Let's talk about matchmaking and groups. The PlayFab matchmaking feature helps you build matchmaking into your game to help your users find each other. This feature uses the proven capabilities of Xbox Live Smart Match for you to use everywhere. When a gamer or group of gamers enters a match, your title submits a request to the matchmaking service. Once the request is made, the service will hold on the request and try to match it with other requests. The service then creates matches that contain players who are most capable. Now I want to speak about leaderboards and statistics. And about leaderboards, let's compare the skills and progress against other players, encouraging players to play just one more round to try to beat someone else's score. Leaderboards are a type or subset of statistics, and statistics are not visible to players, but they are there, and you can sort and filter the game's accounting to their scores, like finding the top, the bottom players, or players with similar scores. The feature can be a tool for game promotion, as this challenge that player to be at the top. And if the player is inactive for some time, delete them from the rank list. You can raise the statistics for every certain period or do it manually. The manual rest may be needed for pre-launch testing or alpha beta play. Or another situation may be bug that caused out of control scores. In each case, you need to have the ability to wipe the leaderboards clean so that players feel like they have a fair chance to get it on. If you look back to the games of 2000s, you can see that everything starting from the requirements from game players to game hardware performance requirements is being changed faster and faster. So what to do to be compatible and competitive today's in this sphere? LiveOps is going to help us here. LiveOps is about bringing people together and give them reasons to stay together and offering satisfying experiences. In a game stack, LiveOps is operated through the following. The first is engagement and retention. Second, content management, experiments, economy, and automation. Let's delineate LiveOps on chart. As a developer, we start counting everything from zero. So step 0 is a live game in orange. Step 1 is a iteration of your game. Step 2, personalize your player experience. And final step 3, manage your community. All the enumerated have goals, actions, and practitioners parts, with individual implementation as mentioned in table. Referring to engagement, so engagement measures how fun your gameplay is and the state of your community. Active communities engage with game by playing, providing feedback, and promoting. For some studios, it's the only KPI. With engagement tools, you can broadcast the updates, inform your players about anything you choose, send customized emails, use push notifications, and all. Retention measurements how many people return to your game. It's one of the only data supported was to know if players enjoy your games or not. Content management lets you remotely update or change or configure your game after your game launches. Deliver files to your gamers, manage your game virtual items or anything else. PlayFab experiments feature helps you to find the best strategies for your game. You can run multiple experiments at the same time on different groups, compare and analyze the results, and choose the best option for your game to apply. Making your economy works is one of the biggest challenges in games. So to make money, you need to understand what can be earned in a game and what can be purchased. This will also influence for engagements. Stores and sales are a great mechanism for encouraging your players and purchased items. As for the fraud prevention, there is a server-side receipt validation feature to ensure that the money you think you are making it is a fact being made. You can also use coupons and bundles to engage players. Let's speak about final step of LiveOps, about automation, which I think it's a great features in all PlayFab. Automation is an important engagement process that greatly improve your efficiency according to a set of criteria. A little addition to PlayFab platform is a play stream. It is every event for your game coming from a client, from a server, from a third-party integration, and following into the same stream of data. So, for example, crash log. So you can your cloud log information whenever your game has an error, so that you can then track that and do research and note what areas are more common, and helps to development team to focus on them. Let's move to another third feature of PlayFab. It's data analytics. Now let's quickly see what's data and analytics feature are for. It lets you understand and react to player behavior in real time. What will things gives you? You will analyze the data and engage your players. So PlayFab analytics include several features. First, you have PlayStream, which helps you monitor a real-time stream and historical archive of every event in your game. Third, the second, real-time segmentation, lets you create groups of players based on their player properties. Next is reports. Reports automatically generates daily or monthly data for engagement or monetization. Experiments allows you to create and manage multiple experiments through Game Manager, however you want, as we described during the previous slides. And there is also data management. This helps to manage your game, any data in any place. This part is very important for teams that wish to make international business. Yes, I mean about compliance. They should deal with international law compliance. As you know, nowadays data protection is one of the hot topics for all the online services. PlayFab is both GDPR and COPPA, GDPR in European Union and COPPA in USA compliant. And I want to speak about raw event data. As you know, PlayFab is a part of Azure, of course, for data management. I mean direct access, making query or data visualization solutions. We can use Azure Data Explorer as a data management application, and with the help of them, you can simply export your game data to Azure Blob Storage, or if you are required, to Amazon S3 warehouse and else. And finally, I know you have waited for this from the beginning of the presentation. Now let's move to a short demo of Azure PlayFab. At first we need to go to playfab.com and create the free account. Let's go to playfab.com. By the way, for April 2021, Microsoft Games Tech announced about a digital live event focused on all things about game development. For attending this event, you should register by clicking here. Here is the features that about I have speak, solutions by roles, and you can find documentation in this under this link. So if you can sign up free, or you have a studio account, you can only log in as I am. After that, you can create a new game. For that, you need to click these three points and click new title. Here is you need to put your game name. For example, here's you need to put your game website, or put your icon for game, 200 and 200 pixel JPEG or PNG. Let's choose genre, and the others is optional fields. We can create this title. Now we have new title. It's mean we have a new game in Azure PlayFab. So after creating, PlayFab generate ID, unique ID, and for doing demo, here is a open source Vanguard Outrider game for PlayFab demo game. Here is we need to put that ID that we have received from here. 23490. Because of there are different computers, I need to type. As we log in first time, we need to update data and put here secret key. Secret key is, let's refresh this. Sorry, from this computer, now I found. It's generated. Let's copy and put it here and being applied. So after that, choose when we choose let's play game and put your player name. Let's Bob. And here is Bob information about Bob. He has 100 credits, level is first, and no experience. If you click Bob, you see here about all information and data events about Bob. Let's say can find Bob from here too. Here is a Bob. And here is a play stream, all data about Bob. Now let's you see travel to home base. Yes, it's the first data that we have here. It's about all. Let's we have 5 credits, for example. It's events that we can. So here is all events that we have here, and it's every event is a JSON file. You see event name, event namespace, and others. Yes. So here is your game, and here is your stream, play stream that you can maintain all the game. It's only the one simple feature that help your game be competitive. Now here is the another sections too. But let's Here is an overview about all data about your game. That at least 30 days, last 44 hours. And here is the times. Here you can see from where your gamers come from. For other features, if you're interested in, please put your interest under comments or chat sections. I will return them after my presentation or directly. And here are all that I want to show today for presentation. Do you have any questions, or please put on comments or chat sections. I will wait then. Okay. Thanks for staying with me, and if you think this live stream is interesting, please subscribe or follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube or Vimeo for future live streams. Have a nice day and goodbye.